Good morning and welcome to the New York City hybrid vote on the Committee on Mental Health, Disabilities and Addiction. Please silence all electronic devices. Chair, we are ready to begin.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Linda Lee, Chair of the Committee on Mental Health, Disabilities and Addiction. Today, the committee will vote on Councilmember Menin's resolution number 15, which calls upon New York State Legislature to pass and the governor to sign the New York Child Data Privacy and Protection Act, S3281/A4967, and the Stop Addictive Feeds Exploitation Safe for Kids Act, S7694/A8148. I am proud to sponsor this important legislation, and now I will turn it over to Councilmember Menin to make remarks on her legislation.
Thank you so much, Chair Lee, for holding today's vote. Social media has transformed our society, particularly for youth. A poll last year found that 51% of teenagers spent at least 4 hours a day, just going to say that again as a mom, 4 hours a day on social media platforms. Consequently, it is having a negative impact on their mental health. A study of teens between ages 12 to 15 found that social media use of over 3 hours a day can result in increased likelihood of depression and anxiety symptoms. That is why I introduced Resolution 15, which calls on the New York State Legislature and the governor to pass both the New York Child Data Privacy and Protection Act and the Stop Addictive Feeds Exploitation or Safe for Kids Act. The New York Child Data Privacy and Protection Act would prohibit social media platforms from using targeted advertisements to children without parental consent, as well as establishing guidelines around the data for children. The Safe for Kids Act addresses addictive feeds to children under 18 and requires that companies obtain parental consent for notifications between 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. I thank the chair and many of my colleagues for joining me to call on the state to pass such critical legislation. Children are exposed to content that can be damaging to their mental health and upbringing. As a parent of 4 children, I'm incredibly disturbed by this data. There is nothing stopping children from watching inappropriate videos for hours on end. The state can and must act on addictive social media use. I want to thank Charles Kim for drafting the resolution, and from my team, my Chief of Staff, Jonathan Shutt, and my Legislative Director, Brandon Jordan. And thank you so much to the chair for letting me speak today.
Thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank our staff, members of the Mental Health, Disabilities and Addictions Committee staff who worked in preparing this hearing. And thank you to our awesome committee members who are all here, and we were all on time, so thank you. And clerk, we are ready to begin the vote.
Good morning. William Martin, Committee Clerk. Roll call vote. Mental Health, Disabilities and Addiction on Resolution 15. Chair Lee.
Aye.
Lewis.
Aye on all.
Caban.
Aye.
Abreu.
I vote aye.
Botcher.
Aye.
Hanif.
Aye.
Mealy.
Aye.
Marmarato.
Aye.
By a vote of 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, the resolution has been adopted by the committee. And Madam Chair, that is a full committee.
Great. Thank you, everyone.